Today is April 11th, Holy Saturday. Last night we remembered the Lord's death on the cross and his hasty burial. And so this morning I thought it would be fitting to send this from the cemetery of Our Lady of the Lake, Sacred Heart Cemetery, where after a funeral, families will come here to bury their beloved departed, looking forward to the day when they will rise again by the gift given to us by Jesus' resurrection. I'd like to read an ancient homily for Holy Saturday that captures this moment after Jesus has died and he's buried, but before his resurrection, the hope of the world. And so this is from an ancient homily for Holy Saturday. Something strange is happening. There's a great silence on the earth today. A great silence and stillness. The whole earth keeps silence because the King is asleep. The earth trembled and is still because God has fallen asleep in the flesh, and he has raised up all who have slept ever since the world began. God has died in the flesh, and the abode of the dead trembles in fear. He has gone to search for our first parents as for lost sheep, greatly desiring to visit those who live in darkness and in the shadow of death. Jesus has gone to free Adam and Eve from sorrow, to free them from the captivity of death. He, Jesus, who frees them, is both God and Son of Eve. He took Adam and Eve by the hand and raised them up, saying, "Awake, O sleeper, and rise from the dead, and Christ will give you light. I am your God, who for your sake have become your offspring. Out of love for you and for your descendants, I now, by my own authority, command all who are held bondage to come forth, all who are in darkness to be enlightened, all who are asleep to arise. I order you, O sleeper, to awake. I did not create you to be held as a prisoner to death. Rise from the dead, for I am the life of the dead. Rise up, work of my hands, you who were created in my image. Rise, let us leave this place, for you are in me and I am in you. Together we form only one person, and we cannot be separated. For your sake, I, your God, became your offspring. I, your God, took the form of a slave. I, your God, whose home is above the heavens, descended to the earth and beneath the earth. For your sake, for the sake of all humanity, I became a human without help, free among the dead. For your sake, who were cast out of the Garden of Eden, I was betrayed in a garden, Gethsemane, and I was crucified in a garden, Golgotha. See on my face the spittle I received, in order to restore to you the life I once breathed in you. See there the marks of the blows I received, in order to refashion your wounded nature in my image. On my back, see the marks of the scourging I endured, to remove the burden of sin that weighs upon your back. See my hands nailed firmly to a tree, for you who once in your sinfulness stretch out your hand to a tree. Rise, let us leave this place of the dead. The enemy led you out of the earthly paradise at the beginning of time. Now, in the fullness of time, I will restore you, not to that earthly paradise. Rather, I will enthrone you in heaven. The throne formed by cherubim awaits you, its bearers swift and eager. The bridal chamber is adorned, the banquet is ready, the eternal dwelling places are prepared, the treasure houses of all good things lie open. The kingdom of heaven has been prepared for you from all eternity. God bless you.